quickly began pursuit of the unknown flying object. Unable to keep up with the UFO, Maloro radioed in to dispatch over police channels.
914 to radio. It's heading in the northerly...
You could see a red glow up in the sky. It was huge. This thing wasn't making no noise. It's south of Altitude 2. I'm moving east now on it. Okay, Dave, it looks like it's flickering more now, and it looks like it's running a little east of me now. Hey, Walter, chase it back north. I want to see this thing. This thing is going pretty good. It's all the way into Liberty now. It's going how far it's visible. You should be able to see it. It changes colors from white to red to green. The sucker has not moved. We have multiple departments right now that have sightings on it.
As the other officers got closer to the object, they radioed in with dramatic descriptions.
They were able to discern a parachute-like appendage attached to the object. I've spoken with a number of the officers involved in this event. One officer even said he saw a structured object while viewing it through binoculars.
There's definitely a structure there on 429, what you saw. I can see an upper structure off the main point of the lighting. Right, yeah, something with a different colored lighting to it.
I had no idea what was going on. You had so many calls coming in from different locations.
Lieutenant James Baker of the Brookfield Township Police Department heard the amazing UFO reports on his radio.
I wanted to see for myself what everybody was looking at. I decided to go to the old radar tower. This is the highest point in Brookfield Township, and I'm told in Trumbull County.
What he saw when he got to the top of the tower wasn't just one UFO. He saw three.
They formed a sort of triangle pattern with the center light being raised up above the other two. Oddly enough, they were changing colors simultaneously from red, yellow, blue, and green. All three lights would change at the same time.
I got them right here. I'm looking at them. What the hell is it? They're sitting stationary. I got three of them. What do they look like? I've got four discernible colors. I got red, yellow, green, and blue. And the one just was like flashes. So if they're those planets those guys were talking about, then they're planets with Christmas lights on. This is weird.
I see three lights changing colors, and I've heard no concrete explanation of what they are.
Levitate. Unbelievable. I've seen electricity go right into the objects and a million pieces just fly apart.
Jumping off to the ceiling, or simply go up, hover, and then fall back down.
It wasn't just metal. It clearly wasn't just some big magnet or something like that.
Mexico is known as the land of wonders and mysteries, the land where legend and reality become one.
But over the past decade, it seems international travelers aren't the only ones flocking to Mexico.
Mexico has received more UFO sightings than any other country on this planet.
The first in a growing wave of sightings occurred on July 11, 1991, during a solar eclipse. People gathered in Mexico City, one of the most populous cities in the world, to watch this rare event in the sky. What they saw was even more startling.
At that moment, when the eclipse began, the people were taping and suddenly a strange unknown object appeared.
They witnessed metallic objects, unidentified flying objects, appear in the sky just as the eclipse was taking place and remained in the sky as the eclipse was finishing. 17 different people in Mexico City from different vantage points filmed this event.
The images that got caught on tape were so spectacular, were so real, were so nitty, so explicit, that we finally realized that we have a very solid and important evidence with many witnesses from different places. From that day, the Mexican people realized that it was real.
Since 1991, hundreds of UFO sightings have taken place across Mexico, many during the day. The military has gone from complete denial of these events to a more open position.
The Mexican government, the authorities, the military have been kind enough to talk about the phenomena, to give comments, to acknowledge that most of the incidents really took place, that they believe in the phenomena, they don't have still any explanation, then that's the truth.
Since the UFOs never seemed to take any aggressive action, most Mexicans were delighted by their regular appearances. But that all changed on January 16, 2004, when a trembling young police officer told reporters he had been attacked by a flying creature in the city of Guadalupe.
He stopped the car, the patrol car, and he noticed something. This body was floating above the ground.
He turned on his high beams for a better view.
Estaba vestida de negro y tenía los ojos grandes y tez morena. Ya no alcancé a ver más. Estaba vestida de negro, traía un gorro con una punta hacia atrás. Pero no tenía nada de escoba, nada. Pero iba volando sola.
The creature then suddenly flew at the car, smashing repeatedly into the windshield.
So he put the car in reverse, the patrol car in reverse, trying to run away. He asked by radio for backup, and this flying thing was trying to grab her through the windshield. She was looking at him. It was very close.
Terrified, the police officer raced backwards, hitting a wall and losing consciousness. Later, medical tests revealed that the officer had no drugs or alcohol in his system, but was in a deep state of shock.
Psychological test revealed that he was not suffering and has never suffered any kind of hallucination or any kind of psychological disorders.
Many ufologists say that what attacked the officer is a new and frightening alien being called a flying humanoid. One amateur video even caught two flying humanoids in the air together.
This was like a huge dark being with some kind of big, huge cloak. Above this big flying being was a winged entity. Suddenly, a smaller being is expelled from the big flying entity and fly away. And then that smaller entity returned and was absorbed by the bigger one.
¡Ay, ay, se le pegó! ¡Se le metió! Como tapa.
Some people think that these are bad aliens that are flying, trying to abduct people. We don't know exactly what's going on. But the images are there.
But believers like Ed Sherwood think it won't be long before these creatures and others make themselves known in the United States.